Thanks, Mr. Peter, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm Liu Yue from China Mobile Research Institute, and I just noted that there are some people collecting bags, so I will finish my presentation on time. It's very interesting that Mr. Oma and Choi talking more about the technical, so I will talk a little more about the market of the M2M services. Today, I would like to talk about the emerging new trend in the M2M market, that is the intelligent M2M services. And I will also introduce China Mobile's experience in this area. First is a brief overview about the progress of IoT in China. The Internet of Things have gained great progress in China from 2009 with annual increase rate of over 30%. And all the main telecom operators in China have proposed M2M services to the customers. For China Mobile, we have reached more than 30 million M2M users by the end of 2013. And the statistics show that this year we will gain about 30%. And the main applications are in the smart metering, telematics, mobile asset tracking, and so on. And the M2M will be extensively used in many areas, including connected vehicles, mobile health, logistics. I will take the mobile health, for example, for it's related to our life. In China, due to the huge population of China, the number of aged people will exceed 221 million in the year of 2015. So people living in China now caring more about their health, including me. I lose weight about 8 kilograms this year. And I think many people in China, they are doing the same thing. There's also another reason, that is the imbalance of medical resources among different areas in China and different kinds of people. There are certain part of people in China, they cannot get enough medical care. And that's why the mobile health maybe have greater influence in the future M2M market. Apart from the prosperous market, there is we have noticed there is a new trend in the M2M area, that is the intelligent M2M services. The progress of M2M in China can be divided into 3 phases. From 2009 to 2011, the concept and the architecture have been proposed. And not only the government, but also the industry players all pay much attention on this area. And there are several large-scale M2M applications emerged during the following 3 years. The network, the telecom operators' network are also improved to accommodate the M2M services. And now, from 2013, it's critical to the telecom operators to build their core competitiveness and differentiated advantage. The former 2 phases put emphasis on how to make the data collection and transmission more efficient and reliable based on the digitalization methods and maybe the interconnection between devices, not only by wireless sensor networks, but also by the telecom networks. And the intelligent M2M service, the third phase, it means the application can sense the user and the environment automatically and proactively make adjustment to the environment. And this needs the collaboration between devices, between the device and the application, and between the applications. So I think that's the chance for telecom operators to face the intelligent M2M services. From operators' perspective, the intelligent IoT it shows a clear characteristic of the OTT. But OTT is not a bad thing, I think. It's a fact we have to face up with. Fortunately, the intelligent M2M service needs the collaboration between terminals and applications and networks. And as a mobile operator, China Mobile provides services to intelligent Internet of Things applications by combining the smart pipe information or smart device information with the OTT applications. Here I take an example of the electric bike anti-theft application. This application is proposed at the year of 2010, and we have more than 2 million users in China this year. It's based on the positioning and tracking capabilities provided by the network for the owner of the bike to track their bags when it's stolen. So it's a very simple application. But if we extend the application with some capabilities such as recommendation of the point of interest information and monitoring the health of the owner, or even maybe socialization. And in this kind of applications, telecom operators can do more than just provide the pipe. Next, I will introduce China Mobile's experience in the IoT market. It's divided into 3 parts, from the terminals, network, and platform. As for terminals, China Mobile has developed the IOT Chip with embedded M2M capabilities. And we have developed various terminals with smart sensing capabilities based on this chip. For the network, by the end of 2014, the 4G network, China Mobile's 4G network will have over 700,000 base stations. And we have an IoT dedicated core network, which can provide various QoS strategies according to diverse IoT service requirements. We also propose a M2M cloud-based M2M platform, which can provide enablers for the developers and the users. And we are now extend the M2M platform to establish a machine learning and SN-based IoT service platform. I will introduce more detail about the IoT chip, dedicated network, and the M2M platform. For large-scale M2M applications, it's critical for the cost of the terminal to be low down, and the stability of the device. So we proposed the IoT chip. The idea is first raised at March 29, 2012. So the code of the chip is CM12309. And now, more than 2 years have passed. The chip is fully tested this year at more than 2 year time span. So we are considering why, for telecom operators, this kind of job it needs more than 2 years. Maybe we will consider it again. The chip is a hardware and software platform for IoT terminals. It has an embedded SIM, so it can reduce the cost and the size of the terminal, and at the same time improving the terminal's stability. And the more important is that it can preload a compact Java middleware in the chip. This middleware supports easy and fast application development and dynamic load and multitask. We also have some capabilities embedded in this chip. For example, device management and communication management capabilities. And it has been widely used in various kinds of devices in China. For example, the wearable devices, vehicle equipments, and the mobile site tracking devices. Next, about the IoT dedicated network. This network has been brought into use from 2010 and is still under improvement. It's designed to be easy to support the IoT specific MSSDN assigned by the Ministry of Information and Industrialization in China. And it can satisfy the QoS requirements of customers, and has also the flexibility in service cooperation. The main part of the dedicated network is the core network, and there is we call it product boss in the management. It can support unified service experience and flexible billing models. I will also take the example of the electric bicycle anti-theft. And we are now discussing with the manufacturers to have a built-in terminal in their bicycle. So when the customers buy the bicycle has a feature, anti-theft feature from the very beginning. There is no need for the customers to pay for the anti-theft feature monthly, but maybe from the very beginning they can pay about 5% of the price of the bicycle to have the feature, and this kind of requirement relies on the IoT dedicated network, because it can support flexible billing policy for trial phase, silence phase, and active phase. The M2M cloud platform is very important for the intelligent M2M services. And China Mobile has built up an M2M platform at the end of 2012. The core values include to decrease the development cost for the application developers and the terminal developers to decrease operational costs for the customers. And it can also provide data sharing among different industries and applications. And we are now considering to make it have machine socialization capabilities. It can provide basic machine social abilities and machine relationships mining abilities. The abilities provided by the platforms have different types of abilities, including communication, device management, sensor management, operation management, and value-added services, and IaaS, and socialization. All the abilities are open to the customers, developers, and maybe end users in the form of API. Most of them are RESTful, and some of them are China Mobile's own defined APIs. And finally, China Mobile is always endeavored to make a contribution to the standardization process of the M2M services and technologies. We have contributions in the OMA, in the CCSA, and in M2M. And we will continue to share our knowledge and experience in these standardized organizations. Okay, that's all my talk, and thanks for listening. And China Mobile will see to cooperate with partners from all over the world. Thank you.